How can we improve gender equality and reduce pay gaps in the workplace? A key driver of the gender pay gap and gender inequality is that care for children is disproportionately carried out by women. We tested a number of ways to support men in having a greater role in caring for their young families. We ran some online experiments to encourage men to take up shared parental leave. We found that very simple information about shared parental leave improved men's understanding of the scheme, and highlighting shared parental leave as a legal entitlement reduced their concern that taking up the scheme would require a lot of effort. We also wondered whether social norms were a factor in men taking more parental leave.
Working in collaboration with two large banks, Santander UK and a second global bank, we set out to investigate whether men's assumptions about their peer group were holding them back from taking parental leave.
First, we ran a survey to get a clear picture of the attitudes towards men taking parental leave. Then we compared this to what men thought others' attitudes were. At both organisations, men thought their colleagues were less supportive of them taking leave than was actually the case. 6 in 10 men told us that they would encourage colleagues to take 5 or more weeks of parental leave, but they thought only 4 in 10 of their peers would encourage others to. We ran a trial with 2,000 men at Santander to test what happens to people's behaviour when you correct their assumptions about what their peers really think. We told half the men that the majority of male staff at Santander would encourage their male colleagues to take 5 weeks or more of family leave. Before the surveys, men at Santander took an average of 4 weeks of parental leave around the birth of a new child. Our messages led to a significant increase in the number of men intending to take between 5 and 8 weeks in the group that were informed about their peers' actual norms. At the same time, we also saw an unintentional decrease in the number of men intending to take more than 16 weeks of parental leave. We wondered whether the feedback used at Santander had anchored people to the 5-week mark too strongly.
With the second bank, we tried slightly different feedback in the trial survey. We gave them the following feedback.
This time, we had an even better effect. The rate of men intending to take between 5 to 8 weeks increased by 50%, and we did not significantly reduce the number of men who intended to take longer leaves. Finally, we worked with NCT, the National Childbirth Trust, to encourage conversations between couples about parental leave, sharing childcare, and dividing the housework.
Men and women often don't talk about how to divide work and care between them, so they can find themselves taking on traditional gender roles when this doesn't necessarily reflect what they wanted.
We divided the network's newsletter recipients in half and sent one of the groups a newsletter that encouraged couples to discuss men taking longer parental leave and included practical tools to support couples to discuss and divide household tasks. The other half received their existing newsletter. We found that encouraging parents to make joint decisions about parental leave may have slightly increased their male partner's intended parental leave by 10%. So, what actions can employers take to support fathers to share parental care? Let men know that they are legally entitled to take up shared parental leave. Simplify your parental leave processes and provide straightforward explanations of how to access them. Share high levels of support for taking parental leave with men in your organisation. Support men and women to make joint decisions about parental care. Practical tools that help discuss dividing parental responsibilities may help. With a few simple steps, employers can go a long way to improving gender equality at work. For more insights from the Gender and Behavioural Insights Programme, get in touch with us at info@bi.team.